Hello everybody and welcome to your Daily Love Interactive Tarot Advice. This is for Tuesday, May 29th, 2018. Today we have the Romance Angels, the Gaia Oracle, and the Whispers of Love Oracle. So put your question out to the universe and decide which one of these decks is calling your name to give you advice about love for today. I will start with the Romance Angels. So if you are drawn to the other two decks, go ahead to the timestamp below this video. Happy Tuesday, everybody. What do you got for us, Romance Angels? Oh, okay, cut right there. Right there. Deception. Okay, so with this card, this is more about holding back what you're really thinking and feeling, not so much, bad things that you need to worry about. I feel that energy more with the pay attention to the red flags card that's a part of this deck. So with this particular card, it says someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So are we holding back what we really feel, like emotions? Hey, I like you. Hey, I love you. Or are we holding back other emotions? Maybe I don't want to tell you this because it will hurt your feelings, or I don't want to tell you this because I don't want you to be angry with me. All of those types of energies are associated with this card, and this could be you, that you are holding back, or this is speaking about the person that you're asking about. So let's pull some tarot cards to see what's being withheld. What are we not discussing here? This could also be, if you've had like a sneaking suspicion that somebody has a crush on you, this would definitely be a confirmation that they do, and they're just not telling you. Yeah, and never before, there's this like blue right there on this robe. Do you see that? I have never ever noticed before. Yes, this is definitely something that we are not talking about because blue is associated with the throat chakra. But also I'm feeling a little bit of third eye with that because it is a bit of an indigo. So I feel you already kind of have a idea that there's something not being said, that it's being held back. Like you already kind of know that. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh yeah, because look, the first card out is the Hierophant in this position. So this side, you see beyond the illusion, beyond the facade. You truly, truly do. On this side, no, you're buying it, every bit of it. On this side, nope. I see the truth. I'm irritated that you can't come out and just say it to me. Whatever that truth is. And next we have the Chariot, which in this position, whatever is holding that person back isn't really legitimate, meaning it's more of a perception or a fear or an insecurity that they have rather than a real life circumstance. It's, it's fear is what I'm feeling, honest to God. It's like a fear because now we have this Six of Cups. So as energies of people, the Hierophant would be a Taurus and the Chariot would be Cancer. And with the Six of Cups here, it's like this has gone on way too long. It's gone on long enough. I'm done. I'm ready to bounce. It's like I can't deal with this. You either need to come out and say it or I'm out of here. And, with the cards that have come out here, and let me see, like the next three cards that would follow are all decent, okay? So to me, this is not negative information that's being withheld whatsoever. It's more like I'm afraid to expose myself. You know, maybe you won't like what I have to say. Maybe you won't like me anymore. Definitely, if I pull the next 3 cards, we are keeping this to ourselves. But there's love here, okay? There's real emotion here. And because we have the 6 of Cups, this, for some of you, is somebody you're not speaking to. And listen, they still have emotion. Whatever has, you know, kept them away from you, you've got to talk to the universe about, because it really, to me, it looks like a fear. Maybe even a fear of like love or having to be married. Maybe I'm afraid to be married. I'm afraid to have children, because this, I believe, I know this is, I don't think this is Aphrodite. I don't remember exactly what it says in the book. But I know this is depicting love energy. And then look at here, we have this baby holding the key. And an apple here, which the apple is the forbidden fruit, right? So somebody's a bit nervous. And now, you know, now that I'm seeing this, if you have just started dating somebody or talking to somebody, and you're kind of getting a sneaking suspicion that they might be married with the family or something like that, you might want to put on your investigative hat and take a deeper look, okay? Just because that's a very, very specific message for somebody, and it's like a new person. And listen, if you are feeling as though they're in like a commitment or a family, I really feel like they are, okay? Something else that I've noticed is 5, 6, 7. So a progression of energy. But anyways, for those where maybe you're not even speaking to this person anymore, or you are with somebody now and you have this like really good connection, and it's just like they won't commit or they won't open up or get close, there's a lot of fear, okay, about, you know, things that have happened in their past. And you know, you can't do enough to prove to somebody that you're loyal and all of those things if they don't have the eyes to see it. So whoever this person is, they definitely have feelings for you, good connection to you, but there's some fears that are holding them back, or they're not ready to settle down. Like, it's a very true thing where you meet somebody and you're like, oh my God, I could absolutely fall in love with you, or oh my God, you could totally be like my one, but I'm not ready for that yet. Like, I'm not ready for that. Just, you know, like some people want to have children, right? But if that if that baby comes early or not in the ideal situation, you know, we might not have that baby, right? Even though we want children, you know, it's all about timing. And I only use that as an example because that's something that's easily relatable, you know. So with this situation, what I feel is either A, we're scared, or B, we're not ready to settle. It's not a mark against you or anything's wrong with you. It's just they're not ready. And for you, I get it. It's like you feel this awesome connection and you're like, this has gone on so long, I just don't understand. And I really feel that the only thing I can give you is, yes, you're not wrong. You do have a connection. They do care. They're just not in the right place yet. You know, this is just a daily advice. So when that right time is, I cannot tell you. But right now, that's what the issue is. It's just about timing. They're not ready for whatever reason. And then that side message of, you know, if you've just met somebody and you feel like they're hiding some stuff, like they're married or committed and they got a family, like, you're right. Okay, so those are the messages for Romance Angels for today. I hope that helped, and I am wishing you all the best. Take care. Okie dokes, let's see what Gaia has to bring us today in regards to love and romance advice. Okay. Ooh, we have perception. So with this card, it says beyond the veil of illusion. So whatever you are asking about, there may be an element of either there's something being pulled over your eyes by another individual, or you are creating an illusion for yourself. You're not allowing yourself to see the truth of a situation. Or it could even be if you are asking about somebody and they're involved with somebody else, it may be that they've illusioned themselves about the relationship they're currently in and the relationship they share with you. So this right here is saying, like, no matter what your question is, it's all about your perception. And that could be a negative or a positive thing, right? Because sometimes we're really insecure and afraid about something, and it gets us all up in our head, and we start spinning all these crazy stories, and none of them are even close to the truth, right? So that could speak to this card. But sometimes, it could be where we're really all about somebody and we're really feeling them hard, and they're not really feeling us back to the same degree, but we've created this illusion for ourselves that maybe that they do, based on just scant little things they've done. Okay, if that speaks to you, you've got to own that. Obviously that's not for everybody, but if somebody is always slow to respond to your messages or your phone calls, or doesn't have a whole lot of time for you, and just always has excuses for this, that, and the other, chances are, like, they're not really as into you as you're hoping, and pursuing isn't going to help anything. So if that speaks to you, be real with yourself. But in that same token, oftentimes when you find yourself in that situation, it's because the person you're involved with is perpetuating and feeding that illusion for their own motivation and gain. Okay, so with this card, is it about you're just feeling worried and secure and you're creating stories in your head? Or is it your intuition is screaming at you, but you're ignoring it, thinking it's just insecure, nervous thoughts? Okay, this is a fine line, right? Sometimes our intuition can feel a bit confused with our own nervous thoughts, because sometimes those thoughts just feel so strong and so real, and it creates such a, emotion through the body that you feel it as though it's gonna, manifest that way. But I will say this, the difference between intuition and, busy thinking is your intuition is more of a subtle pull within. It's that nagging sensation. You might not quite be able to put your finger on it, but you just know there's something that's off. And because of sensing that, sometimes that is what prompts us to go into our head and get, crazy spinning stories. But listen, if you have that sense where you're like, no, something's just off, don't go up in your head to spin any type of story for yourself. Feel the energy out. Be as emotionally disconnected from it as possible. But feel the energy out. Okay? That's how we see beyond the illusion. And sometimes when it's just our own nervous thinking, you're not going to have that sense inside, that nagging, that pulling. It's more like, just caught up in your head, and what if this, what if that, it could be this, it could be that, like that kind of stuff. Just get rid of that today. And, you know, also with this, somebody could really, really love you, have a lot of feelings for you, but they don't know how to express that properly or articulate that or allow themselves to be vulnerable. So those of you who are drawn to Gaia, this is really about your intuition today, not your mind, not your emotions, not at all. Like, we need to scrap those things when trying to make sense or understand the romantic situation that's brought you, you know, to this for some advice. It's like you've got to hear your soul and see with your third eye the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. And again, it's doesn't have to be a negative thing. I'm feeling like both with this. You know, it's general, so obviously, you know, everybody's going through a different situation, but the advice is the same, and no matter what, it's like intuition, third eye, not logic, not emotion. That will like confuse and muddy the waters. It's I don't know, it's like your soul just knows, and you know that already in a way. So let's pull some tarot to get a bit more information. Okay. All right, so we have the Two of Wands in this position. We have the Ace of Wands in this position. And we have the Knight of Swords in this position. We like him in this position much more than this position, that is for sure. So as a personality or person, this could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but we also have this strong wands, fire energy. So for some of you, this definitely is about a fire sign. But what I see here, yes, there is something that has not really been expressed to you. This is either you or the person you're asking about. It's like, because on this side, we are closed off, our emotions are in the back seat, we're not interested in even filling our heart. It's like whatever. But on this side, we're softening, we're filling our heart, we're sensing our emotions, we're becoming a bit more vulnerable, a bit softer. And some of you, it's like you might fear like taking a step back and not being so available, open, and vulnerable to this person. Might lose your space, or you know, you lose their trust. There's some element of concern and worry that if you take a step back, because something is pulling, like something feels off for you. There's no way it doesn't. There's no way it doesn't with these cards. It feels off for you. And honestly, you taking a step back is what is going to allow you to really see and gain the clarity and the perception that you need to understand this situation and this person. I don't feel anything malicious with these cards here, okay? It's like maybe in the past the energy may have been malicious, but now that's not the case. There's a shift of energies, and you do need to trust that you feel something for a reason. But I feel like for many of you, what you're thinking isn't what it is. Like, that's just not what it is. And you taking a step back, maybe not being so open and available to this person, will allow you, give you the time and space to see it all for yourself, for what it really truly is. It's like you're feeling very disempowered. However, you have so much more power and control in the situation than you recognize. It's just like you're too afraid to like lose your spot, lose your footing, lose progress that we've made, lose trust, something along those lines. But take a step back. Don't be so available. It's okay that sometimes you're not. And I just feel everything will make sense to you. And also, in doing this, I feel that whoever's involved with you, it allows them to become a bit more vulnerable. Like they sense that disconnection from you, okay? Which I think is needed to snap some fools back into reality, right? So take a step back today. Allow yourself to shift into a new perception, because whatever you're thinking, it's like you might not be totally wrong, but it's like you don't have the whole picture or the full understanding, okay? So those of you who were attracted to Gaia, that is what she has brought you today. I do hope that that has helped, and I am wishing you all the very best. Take care. Okay, so let's take a look and see what Whispers of Love have to say to us today in regards to our romantic situations and questions of the heart. Ooh-wee. Looky what we have here, my friends. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. I just have to say, those of you who were attracted to Whispers of Love have so far the best reading of the three. And I will tell you about this beautiful card. I will share a little bit of my heart. If you're an Aquarius, you will already know this because I've spoken about this in the Aquarius readings, but I'm only going to share this because there's some of you out there that have this connection, and this is what it means 100% for you, and you need this validation and confirmation. The rest of you, I'll get to a different message because there's several things going on with this card. But first and foremost, this here, this type of connection is saying this. So for me personally, there's an Aquarius that can't say I'm in love with him, but I met him in high school. We dated just for a couple weeks, and then when we were 28 years old, we ran into each other, and then when we were like 36, 37, we both kind of got our hearts broke by the loves of our lives, and we're heartbroken homies, okay? And the way we reconnected when our hearts got broke was 100% universe. Believe me, I was not trying to reach out to him. He was not trying to reach out to me. But what we recognized is, and we both admit this to each other, is we have this very interesting connection. It's like a soul connection where we haven't had enough experiences with each other to be in love or have that type of intimacy and closeness. It's like I can feel him and he can feel me. There's just this connection that does not have an explanation, like it should not exist, but it's there. And it's pretty awesome. And if I have my choice, he is definitely the one that I would love to end up with because of this connection where it's, I shouldn't feel him and he shouldn't feel me, and it just, the closeness, it's like we've known each other our whole lives. We have in a sense, but only just little moments here and there, nothing significant. But this beautiful soul connection exists. And some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking, what I'm preaching. You're like, oh my God, that's my story. we shouldn't have this connection whatsoever, but we do. It's there, and yes, it exists. Okay, there's purpose for it, there's meaning for it. You know, don't fight it. If this is showing up for you, don't fight it, just flow with it, because when a connection exists and it's mutually acknowledged, that's the important thing, right? Because sometimes we feel connection strongly to somebody and they just don't feel it back, right? They're like, no, sorry. So if it's been acknowledged on both sides, yes, it is there for purpose. And sometimes it's all about timing, okay? Sometimes maybe you just feel this to reignite you within if you've been through a lot, all right? But this right here is a very powerful connection that shouldn't exist. It shouldn't, yet it does. And you need to honor that. And even though things might not be moving as quick as you hope, or, you know, maybe you are with this person and you've been questioning, is this my one? Yes, this is your one. With this energy, this is your one, okay? It's, the connection is beyond human love, human romance, and experience and time, okay? That's what this is about. It is that soulmate goodness. It's not the karmic mucky. It's the goodness. It's just, oh my God, so perfect. And sometimes that scares some folks, right? So if somebody has expressed to you that they have this crazy connection with you and you're like, yeah, I feel it too, but then it's like they're not on board, it might be because they're afraid, okay? Even me, myself, tarot reader, connected to the universe, go with the flow, always be optimistic, scares the hell out of me to feel that connection to that boy. And has definitely held me back a lot, okay? Because sometimes when you're looking at something and you're like, oh my God, like you really could be my ever after always, it's scary as hell. And it's a lot to take, and you need some time to marinate in those thoughts, in those emotions, and also the other person involved, just depending on where each of you are at on your journey. So, whoever you are asking about today, this is the confirmation of that connection existing. And you don't need an explanation. You don't need any justification of why it exists, because, you know, if he had never admitted to me that he felt it too, I might think I was just crazy and making it all up in my head. I mean, it's just, there's no words for it. And so, you know, some of you need to know that you're not crazy. You're not making it up in your head. It's real. It exists. Because with this, you had a very strong connection in your past life, which is carried over into this life. You feel that your souls recognize each other. That's where the connection exists. It's not about romantic love or time spent with each other. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's a soul connection, which is such a different thing. It's not this karmic nonsense. It's nothing like that. This is like beautiful energy, and for some this is your ever after, you know, and for some it's not. This is just one experience along your journey. But you've got to understand, if you can have this with this person, it's only a preparation for something even bigger and greater than what you feel right now today with this person. So let's pull some tarot to you, see exactly what we're talking about here, because wow, that is one awesome card right there. And you know, just with these other cards here, it could be like somebody's holding back. Somebody's not saying like, I'm totally in love with you too. Like, I'm afraid. Maybe they can't accept it for themselves just yet, okay? Okay, so we had two cards fly out. Oops. We have the Death card, and that's like, in this position, that's second chances. In this, it's game over. Finite. No more. This side, we have a second chance here. And look at this. We have the Nine of Swords. Somebody's been so afraid, holding back. And bam. Look at this. The Sun. So we have two suns here. Do you see that? Yeah, and also, just because we have two suns here, and then this person with the Nine of Swords, both parties could have been holding back. Yes. Because this is the Death card. This could be involving a Scorpio, or you could be a Scorpio in the Sun. You could be Leo, or who you're dealing with could be Leo, because the next card out would actually be the Strength card. So I'm going to keep this out because what I'm feeling here is this is a second chance at some relationship, or like a second go round at it. Because the connection is just way too strong to walk away from. It's like neither party can leave it. It's like the gravity of this connection just pulls you back together and forces whoever is, you know, afraid, or both of you, face those fears, push through. Because even in this, the sun is rising through the window, okay? Like, it's just coming up over the horizon there. So, and look at, even in the Strength, that nice big sun. So it's like the sun is now shining on this relationship, on the two of you. It's great healing. It's beautiful energy. If we are in a relationship with this person already, you know, it's like we're about to have this huge breakthrough where we're going to be much closer, and, you know, it's equal. It's like the love is equal. The connection is amazingly strong, and we're willing to push through these fears and these insecurities. Wow. Wow. Number three's reading, wow. That's all I got to say today about that, is wow. My goodness. If you're the one holding back, whew, you know, I would not. Especially if you're Leo or Scorpio, because, you know, those energies are very strong in this reading. If you've been afraid to fall in love because of the past, push beyond that. Maybe the person that you're asking about, they're afraid to fall in love again because of the past, but it's the connection. It's so strong between the two of you. So, wow. Let me know what's up for you guys with this. I feel you really need a confirmation that you're not crazy, that this connection is real, that you feel it. It's like that fool is still like in your life, everything but their physical self, right? Or some of you, you are with this person, like I said, we're moving through some difficult times, and there's great healing, and the connection is just too strong. It prevails, you know, the love prevails. But for those of you where that's not the situation, yeah, it's just, I can't stay away from you. And It's a second chance for some of you, and it's such a beautiful energy, like healing and love and equality. That's my biggest thing here, is it's an equal exchange. It's not just one person like eagerly pursuing the other. No, it's like the laws or the forces of nature are pulling you two together. And you know, the universe trumps all, right? So those of you who needed that confirmation that this is the real deal and you're not crazy, here it is, okay? But, you know, make sure that there's been some sort of acknowledgement from the other person at some point along this journey. If this is where you've just been feeling somebody and they haven't ever said, hey, yeah, I'm feeling you back at all, then you might want to just wait, you know, put yourself out there, see if you get a nibble. If you don't get a nibble, you might want to, you know, back away. Because this is a mutual thing. Like, I cannot stress that enough. The union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation, and it is felt on both sides. And, you know, sometimes people can't always express their emotions, but their energy, right? Their energy and their actions tells you what's flowing from their heart for you. Because sometimes somebody could be saying in your face, hey, I love you, but their actions and their energy completely contradict that, right? So, you know, actions and energy are everything. And wow, this is just a great reading. And again, please, I really emphasize this because it's general, and I don't want to give anybody like a false sense of hope. So do not ascribe this to somebody who has not either outwardly expressed to you as well that they have feelings and whatnot, even if things are complicated, or their actions towards you and their energy towards you tells you, yes, they feel it too. They're just very afraid and they feel held back. It could be just, you know, they're still getting over some crap from their past or something like that, right? But, you know, confirmation right here, big time for many of you. And those of you that are in the relationship and it's just been a struggle, don't give up. There's healing coming in. It's just somebody had to get over something. But, you know, we're strong together. So, wow, that's your messages for love today. That was incredibly long. I'm sorry for that. Some of you out there need that confirmation. I just hear that over and over. You need that confirmation. No, you're not crazy. You're not wrong. But again, as long as it's been acknowledged on the other side. And that's why I feel like you're feeling crazy, because it's like they're putting it out there energetically, or they even outrightly said it to you, and then it's just kind of like they leave you hanging and you're like, wait, what? Like, we have this connection, and then where do you go? Like, what happens? There's just a lot of fear, okay? And so that is what I mean, that you're not crazy, is that type of situation, all right? Not where you've just been pursuing somebody because you have a great connection with them, or, you know, you feel an attachment to them, but they haven't really acknowledged it in return, not verbally or their energy, okay? So I am sorry, I don't want to keep going on about that, but I just feel like I've got to say that so strongly. Anyways, confirmation, you know who you are. I'm wishing you guys all the best. Take care.